Hey there, this is Mrs. Chabot. This is a video for my intermediate algebra class. So I've been getting a few questions on solving equations involving fractions from section 2.1. So let's just do an additional example with that. This is one that's similar from your 2.1 practice problems. We want to solve this equation for the variable n. We have n minus 5 over 8 plus n plus 4 over 9 equals 19 over 36. So you could get a common denominator, but please practice clearing fractions because clearing fractions is going to be an extremely important skill. So let's clear the fractions by multiplying both sides by the LCD. So remember, you can perform basically whatever operation you want with an equation as long as you're doing the same operation on both sides of the equation. So in this case, the LCD will be the least common multiple of 8, 9, and 36. So I'll start with 36, which is not a multiple of 8, but 36 times 2 is 72, which is a multiple of 8 and 9. So there's our LCD. Okay, so we're going to multiply both sides by 72. So I'm going to take each expression in the equation and I'm going to multiply it by 72. Okay, so 72 times the first expression, 72 times the next expression equals 72 times this value on the right-hand side, and we are ready to simplify. So remember, we're allowed to do this because I'm multiplying both sides, the entire left side and the entire right side, by the same thing. Okay, so now I will reduce. 8 goes into 72 9 times, 9 goes into 72 8 times, and 36 goes into 72 twice. So we see how this clears the fractions. All of the denominators are reduced to 1. We wouldn't write the 1, so now we no longer have fractions. So we have 9 times n minus 5 plus 8 times n plus 4 equals 2 times 19. Notice my use of grouping symbols. After I clear the fractions or clear the denominators, I'm still multiplying by this entire expression, right? So I was multiplying 72 times this whole fraction. After the denominator reduces to 1, I'm still multiplying 9 times this whole expression, n minus 5. So make sure to multiply to the whole numerator, and then we're ready to solve from there. Okay, so that's how we clear the fractions. Okay, so when I go ahead and finish this up, I have 9n minus 45 plus 8n plus 32 equals 2 times 19 is 38. Combining like terms on the left side, we get 17n minus 13 equals 38. Go ahead and add 13 to both sides, giving us 17n equals 51. And then we can wrap it up by dividing both sides by 17. 51 divided by 17 gives us exactly 3. That'll reduce to 3. So that is our solution, and in set notation, our solution set would be 3. Okay, so just a couple of reminders. Again, to clear the fractions, we multiplied both sides by the LCD, so that way the denominator cancels out to 1, and I have cleared the fractions. Okay, so we need to make sure we multiply the entire left side and the entire right side by the same thing. So remember, we can only do this at this point for solving equations. If I had 1/8 plus 1/9, I can't just say, oh, I'm going to multiply by 72 because I don't like fractions, right? I would need to get a common denominator here. But I don't need to do that with equations because it's an equation with an equal sign. I can multiply by whatever I want as long as I multiply by the same thing on both sides. Okay, so notice we can do this whenever you're solving equations with fractions. All right, so I hope that that helps, and have a good day.